Where do you begin when summing up the contributions of City Manager Craig Kocian to the City of Arvada? His awards and accomplishments are many, but it's the respect of his colleagues that speaks volumes about Craig Kocian's leadership and character.
They don't come any better, in my opinion. Craig is a quiet person with a great heart. He influences the lives of many people.
Craig is amazing, both in terms of energy and his presence, and there isn't a part of the community that I can think of that Craig hasn't been able to establish deep and lasting ties to.
Craig's retirement in 2011 leaves many pondering his impact on Arvada. He first joined the city in 1972, a time of rapid growth for Arvada.
That growth occurred in a time when municipalities, and Arvada was no different, were relatively unsophisticated in dealing with developers. And as a result, a tremendous amount of our growth happened without accompanying infrastructure, and in particular parks, trails, open space, and appropriate recreational facilities.
Craig made a difference.
In many respects, Craig is at the heart of the city's park system. In 1974, Arvada voters approved 2 ballot questions, the first ones that were approved in over 70 years. One built the Arvada Center, and the other ballot question authorized 32 parks to be constructed, and that formed the nucleus of our modern park system. Craig was involved in not only the election and garnering community support, but also in the design and the construction.
Along the way, Arvada found itself in need of a city manager, and beginning in 1976 and for nearly 7 more years, Craig steered the course of the city. At age 31, he was the youngest city manager in the nation, of cities over 50,000 in population. In 1983, he left for Oakland, California, where he served as assistant city manager, then city manager, for a total of 14 years.
Oakland taught me patience, and necessarily so. It also taught me about the maturity of politics.
But in March of 1997, Arvada wooed him back from Oakland.
I really think that in the almost 20 years that I served on Planning Commission and City Council and as mayor, I probably participated in thousands of votes, but the most important decision that I participated in was the decision to have Craig come back to Arvada as city manager, and I'm very, very happy that we found the right person. He did a masterful job at creating a team here at the city that really does incredible work in delivering services to the public.
He inspires and allows people to develop the road to get to the end without dictating what that road is.
The completion of 72nd Avenue, the separation of the railroad tracks at Grandview and Wadsworth, the Van Bibber project, all major accomplishments under Craig's watch.
All of those issues require tremendous amounts of work and advocacy and cajoling and getting all of the different parties, state and federal parties together, the people who have to write the checks, as well as finding the city funds and budgeting for that. And pulling off some of those really big infrastructure projects is something that I hope he's very proud of, because he had a major role in getting those done.
Arvada's business community benefited too.
Craig is a master at working with our business community. He can talk to the CEO of a corporate headquarters looking to relocate here, or he can talk to the hot dog guy trying to figure out what his story is and what is genuinely interested in what brought him to this community. Craig can relate to anybody. People like him because they can trust that he's true to his word. What he says he will do, he follows through and gets it done. He creates relationships. I think that's what it all boils down to, is he's an honorable and trustworthy person, and they like doing business with him.
An iconic image for Arvada, historic Old Town, matured under Craig's leadership.
We've always had an Old Town, but we have a much stronger Old Town as a destination presence because of Craig's involvement in the Old Town Renaissance Project, his key leadership in getting the library to locate, the redevelopment of Old Town Square, the streetscape improvements along Old Wadsworth and Grandview Boulevard are all a result of a vision that Craig brought when he returned to the city.
Arvada's growth saw changing neighborhoods, and the need for new schools in those neighborhoods demanded guidance.
Craig's moral compass says that education is central to quality of life in any community. So from day one, when I became superintendent, Craig was an absolute supporter of funding elections, changing schools, the importance of education. He promoted our teachers, our principals. He knew that education was central to the quality of community life.
The list of important milestones reached under Craig's tenure goes on and on. The conversion of Rocky Flats to a wildlife refuge, the celebration of the building of the Gold Line rail station, and an important historic milestone too, the 100th anniversary of Arvada's incorporation in 2004.
One of the things that was done at the time of the 100-year celebration was a list of the 100 most influential people in the history of Arvada, and I think in 90-some-odd years, when it's the 200th anniversary of the city of Arvada, and if the citizens of this community put together a new list of the 100 most influential people, I'm certain that Craig will still be on that list.